This is my response to Billy's Talking Points memo from Wednesday, August 27th, 2014, in reference to Jerry Brown and what a terrible thing he's doing, etc., etc. Let me go first into Billy, and I just would say, Billy, again, you bring up the same old, tired argument in terms of the immigration thing. And of course that is, we secure the borders first, and then we take care of comprehensive immigration reform. Secure the borders first. But as we know, what's really been going on, and you know this, you're just not informing your audience of this, that what's really going on is that as we move to secure the border more, then the goalposts go further back. And no Republican really wants to vote for immigration reform in terms of, they'll vote for the border stuff, they won't vote for any type of amnesty. And I don't care what you call it, there has to be a solution. The sooner the solution is solved, the better. Because if you do some quick math, which I just did, and you have 10 million people, even though they say there's 11 million, but for the sake of math, 10 million, and let's just say that it costs at least $10,000 to round up these 10 million people and send them back to Mexico and Guatemala and all those other places. That'd be $100 billion. And I'd venture to say that's going to cost more than $10,000 per person to send them back, especially when they know that we're going to be coming after them. I mean, there already is a shadow economy. There'll be an even deeper shadow economy when that gets going. But let's get back to that $100 billion that I talked about, because why would we do that? Well, and this is the thing. The Republicans won't vote on this. They won't vote on doing something like this, because if you really want to get all these people rid of and send them back so that they can come back and work their way to becoming free, et cetera, whatever you want to call it, but to send them back, you don't have enough resources now. So you're going to have to build new jails. You're going to have to get new judges, just like Obama wants to do for the young ones coming over right now who are refugees. But you're going to have to build new jails, new judges, more cops, if you want to use the term, officers, to go out and find these people and arrest these people, put them into holding cells, put them in jails, take them to some type of court, have their sentence, or whatever their sentence may be, to send them back to whatever country they're going to be in. That's going to take a lot of money if we want to get all of them done. And if we're going to do it, let's do it in 5 years, by 2020. So let's do it now. So would need to put, 20 billion, 30 billion more in the budget every single year, just to try and get rid of all these people. And that's never going to happen. See, so you have all of your Republicans who say secure the border, when what they really don't want is they don't want any type of amnesty. And if they really wanted to get rid of the people that were here, they'd have to vote to increase the budget so that they could get the resources to send them back, and they don't want to do that either. So the easiest thing to do is to secure the border. And of course, nothing happens. And of course, you are falling right in line with this. I mean, that's your purpose, okay? Because you want the most simplistic aspect of it all, which is secure the border, make a fence, no one can get by. We don't want any of these illegals, and you find all these other things that can go on. But then, what about the 11 million people that are still here? We'll deal with that later, okay? And of course, you won't deal with that later. You have no intention of dealing with that later. Your Republican friends have no intention of dealing with that later, okay? They don't like brown people, and they want to not have them here. So it is a great wedge issue for them to continue to get reelected and reelected, especially if they're already in safe Republican districts. Okay, another story for another day on gerrymandering. You really don't want comprehensive immigration reform. You just still want to abuse brown people. And I don't want to go into any more aspects of that. So what is Jerry Brown doing? The governor of California. The governor of a state that ranks in the top 10 in terms of if it was a country. It doesn't have a standing army or anything like that. So, and of course, can he get the people from ICE, more people from ICE in his state to send them all back? If that's what he really wants, probably not. All right. Would the Congress people from Iowa and Nebraska and the Republicans, would they vote to increase the budget to send more ICE people to California to send more immigrants back? I don't think so. So what is Governor Brown doing? Governor Brown is saying, hey, we can't have him in the shadows. This has gone on too long. we've got to find a way to help. We've got to find a way to make these things livable. And how can we make them livable? We allow them to go to school. We allow them to go to college, if they're dreamers, go to college or whatever, however that thing is. Sorry, missed it right there. Give them driver's license to make them legal. Bring them out of the shadows. Tax them for this. I don't know where you came up with this $25 billion a year. That might cost a fair amount of money, but what are they giving back? What employers are they working for who are not paying taxes for them, who should be paying taxes? We should have all of those taxes being paid. So maybe there is a cost to them being there. On $25 billion, that sounds a bit high, but bring them out of the shadows, give them the green card, give them a social card, have them pay their taxes, have them work legitimately, have them get their driver's license, have them get the health insurance, their own health insurance, not part of the ACA, because remember, that was one of the things you didn't want either. You didn't want to help them in any way. So, but bring them out of the shadows. Make life livable. Make there be a society which everyone is not in where people are not in the shadows all the time and are afraid to be who they are. So they can't. So if they're robbed, they can't go to the police. If they're raped, they can't go to the police. Okay. If there's not a hostage, kidnapping, no, can they go to the police? No, all of these things that just go on when people are in the shadows. And of course, I'm sure that that's something that you don't really care about because they're illegal. So you don't care. But how are you going to make life livable for them? Governor Brown is doing tremendous work in that state. They are educating, they're making inroads to educate everyone there much more than had been done before. It's allowing people of color who have come here to the United States for the sole purpose of trying to provide for their family, a means by which they can be legitimate in this country. Be out of the shadows. Not be in a position where if they get raped, they can't go anywhere. If they get robbed, they can't go anywhere. If there's someone that's kidnapped, they can't go anywhere. So all of these types of things. And I know you don't care about it. You don't care about it at all because your audience is strictly white and 72 years old. But you're not helping the situation any, Billy, by trying to bring up the fact that Governor Brown is going against federal law. Hey, ICE can come in at any time and take care of any of them. All right? That's their job. All right? So why don't you have your friends in Nebraska, in Iowa, in South Dakota, in Missouri, in Alabama, and in Mississippi, all those Republicans who are in safe white districts, a budget for billions and billions of dollars more so that they can take care of all these illegals and get rid of them all. Have them put them on the stand, force them to go out and get them, put their money where their mouth is. You pay such great lip service to this bill, but it's just a whole bunch of hokey crap.